Hi everyone, I'm Ubish from the Freedom Geek team, and today I'm here with Danny. Well, Danny, can you tell us a little bit more about you and your business, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I've got three different businesses in different industries. I've got a children's coaching company in sports, performing arts, well-being, and life skills. That's called Premier Education. I'm a Mindspan coach, so I've got a coaching business which is called Mindspan, and that's about mindset and performance coaching, individuals or groups of people, companies. And I'm a property investor, so I've got a company called DKB Homes Limited, where my wife and I invest in property in the UK.
Sounds that you have a lot of things to do, and I'm very sure that hiring a
Yeah.
VA was a good choice. How did you feel about working with your VA from the Philippines?
I have got a busy life, got lots going on. We've got my wife and I have got 6 children as well at home, so we've got a very busy house, and I'm a proud family man. So I take my responsibilities there very seriously, and I like to give as much time to my wife and my children as I can do. I love them dearly, and I want to make sure I'm doing my job at home as well as at work. That was a key part actually why I wanted to recruit a virtual assistant, because I was too busy. I was doing too many things that I didn't want to do. There was lots of tasks that I was doing that were repetitive. They were simple. They weren't exciting. They weren't things that I really enjoyed doing, and I thought were valuable for me. But they were tasks that needed to get done. I was apprehensive actually about recruiting a VA because I'd heard about virtual assistants and been told about them for many years before, and hadn't ever felt comfortable enough to do it and jump into the deep end. I'd struggled around certain aspects of that, so I hadn't done it. And started with our VAs in September 20. What really pushed me was I didn't want to give up any of my business interests. I wanted to be really successful in everything I was doing. I was passionate and proud of delivering a really high quality service and product to everybody I work with, and I didn't want to fail. But I also wanted to have time for my family and myself. So I had to find a solution around that. And in a time where financially things are really difficult as well, a great solution that if I could manage it effectively would be hiring a virtual assistant. So that's what I did.
What were the aspects that you mentioned that you didn't feel quite comfortable before starting? What was your concerns about starting with a VA?
So my concerns about starting with a VA were, how would I get to know them when I didn't live in the same country as them? How could I monitor or ensure that they were working productively or efficiently? What would I get them to do? How would I train them how to do that? How would I measure their performance and what they were doing? How could I support them? There was just lots of stuff around training and managing people. I think that I found it difficult enough and challenging enough doing that when I was in the same office as somebody. So I couldn't quite get my head around how I would do that miles and hundreds of miles away, or even thousands of miles away. But actually, because there's that distance created and it's not possible to rely on seeing somebody every day in the office, sitting next to them to be able to help them, it's actually made it easier for me to train and measure what's going on. And it's forced me to be better at how I do that rather than them. And I've realized a lot about me. I've learned a lot about how I've recruited, trained and managed people previously by going through this process. And actually I look at me a lot of the times where it hasn't worked effectively, it's been about me, not them. And because of the distance here, I've had to get over that. I've had to be better. So it's been a really great experience for me, as well as offloading some tasks.
So you mentioned about the training. Can you share us a few tips about that, or tell us a little bit about your experience? Maybe that will be useful for somebody else that is thinking of hiring a VA.
The biggest learning I've found is that you get out what you put in. So the benefits of working with a VA is they're purely and simple in the time you invest in them initially, and the systems and processes that they've got to work with. One of my VAs, I hired two actually at the same time. So I didn't just dip my toe in the water with one. I hired two, one to work as my VA and the other one to work in my Premier Education business. And what I've learned again is I didn't really have loads of great systems or processes developed. So with my VA and me, we've developed them as time's gone on together. She's helped really organize me and really process stuff. And I don't enjoy sitting writing manuals and things like that. I want to do the exciting stuff and the stuff that has impact. So working with Jennifer, it's been great because she's really good at that. So we've sat over Zoom like this, and I've just talked and she's typed and written and put it into a really nice organized process and system for me. So that's probably my biggest tip, has been, don't try and short circuit the process. Spend some time getting it right at the start, and that will really pay off over a longer period of time because you'll have done the work at the beginning. That's probably what I've learned from it.
What have been like the pleasant surprises of working with a VA almost in the other side of the world?
The pleasant surprises with working with a VA over the other side of the world has been how grateful and appreciative she is. They both are. Nothing is too much trouble. Their manners, and they're so polite, it's incredible. I've been really pleasantly surprised by that. What's really surprised me has been the level of care and detail they both go to making sure they do their job properly. If there's something that they don't know or don't understand properly, instead of just asking me all of the time, they'll take it upon themselves to go and research it and try and take the initiative to learn about it themselves. So that has been the biggest surprise and most pleasant surprise, that they take the initiative, very, very thoughtful about me being busy and not wanting to trouble me, and we'll just get on with stuff. It's been great.
That's great. And how did you find all the entire process of starting to work with your VA with the Freedom Geek?
Okay, so the whole process has actually been really slick and simple. The communication methods, of which you have many, are all really good. They're clear, they're consistent. My hand has been held throughout every stage of the process and every part of it. There's constant reminders reminding me of commitments, of meetings or appointments and things I need to do, which is really helpful because I'm busy and sometimes checking my emails I wasn't great at and not quick on. It's just been a really simple process that's made it easy. And actually the place I was in before, I needed it to be really simple and easy to follow and to be guided through it. If there was more of it left to me, I wouldn't have recruited a VA. It just wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have seen it through. So that's been great.
Do you know how many hours you are saving by working with your VAs?
No, I don't. And I'll tell you why I don't know that. Because I've really quickly filled my time with other stuff that I wanted to do, but I didn't have the time to do. So what I have found is I've transitioned the time I was spending on doing things I didn't enjoy and didn't see great value from. I'm now doing tasks that I enjoy a lot more and I can see bigger value from them. So instead of saving time on some things, it means I can now get loads more done in my week with the support of my VAs. They're also not just saving me time now and doing what I was doing. They're now doing some other stuff that I wanted to do that didn't have time to do, or they're able to spend more time on those tasks that I just tried to get done really quickly because I needed to tick a box to say it had been done or to feel like it had been done. They're able to spend more time on doing that properly and a little bit more thoroughly. So it's taken some workload off me, but also meant that internal conflict that I had inside me and frustration of stuff that I wanted to do every week and I just couldn't get to do it is now being done as well. So we're just doing a lot more stuff, which has been the biggest win for me, rather than giving me another 10 hours on the golf course, for example.
That's great. How actually did you know about VAs in the first place? Where did you hear about them?
Yeah, so within my property networks and friends within property networks I'm involved in, I'd heard about VAs being talked about, and I was really inquisitive and thought, I wonder what that actually is. Is it as easy as they made it sound? And it isn't necessarily as easy as they made it sound, but it's certainly as valuable as they made it sound. I'm certainly getting a benefit from it. So yeah, I just heard about it in my networks, and I could hear about some some mentors that I could watch and listen to online on YouTube, some really great people in the field that I work in, that I studied and mentored, talking about outsourcing a lot and outsourcing to different countries, and people with great skills, but different work ethic as well, great work ethics, good skills. And I just wanted to know a little bit more. So I've probably was first aware of VAs about 6 years ago, probably. It's been sitting at the back of my head for that long, just weighing it up and thinking, shall I, shan't I, what are the benefits? I'd maybe explore it a little bit and then stop, and explore it a little bit and stop. And it just didn't quite I couldn't connect the dots in my head. I couldn't quite make sense of it until, I guess, COVID hit, until the pandemic. And it allowed me a bit more time to step back and think about what I was doing and reflect about on what I want my life to be like, what I do want to be spending my time doing. Time is such a precious resource to us. If we're lucky enough to get up the next day and get our time bank gets refilled with another load of minutes, that was really important. And I wanted to really cherish that and use it to its maximum potential and living the best life I can live. And doing some of the things I was doing, I was waking up and thinking, oh no, I've got to get this stuff done today. And I wouldn't do it sometimes because I'd procrastinate and I wouldn't do it. I'd put it off and I'd try and find other things to do. But that actually got me in a spot of bother because I was then getting behind on things that needed to be done. So yeah, I'm really glad I made the jump and did it.
You have a very busy life with your businesses, but also a very busy personal life. So I wonder, because I have heard this before, if also your VAs have helped you a bit in your personal life?
She has. Absolutely. Yeah, she has. So some of the things she's done at the moment to help me is around some of my own personal budgets, my own personal finance management, the administration side of that, really, some of the tasks. So she's helped me with that, helped me manage my credit score and gather some information off there for me, just organize my personal files, my keeping my logins in the right places that I need. We haven't been able to go abroad and travel at all. So that would have been something that should definitely help me researching where to go and prices and holidays and lots more things like that. But we haven't had that opportunity yet. That will definitely be coming up. Managing my personal email account, supporting me with that as well, has been really, really beneficial. Jennifer is my VA for my life. I don't separate it to personal, this business, that business. It's how can she just help my life, right? Is there a work-life balance or is there just a life balance? And I try and get my life balanced with all of the things in it that I want to do. And she's a great part of my team to help support that no matter what it is.
That's great. So if anybody here that is watching this interview is hesitant of hiring a VA, what could you say to them?
Great question. I would, some of the things I would do and what I've learned from my journey is try and write down and understand why you think you're hesitant about it, what the benefits are and what you feel the challenges are. And actually, when I had my introduction call with the Freedom Geek, what was really helpful is I did say that, right, this is what I think I need to solve. I don't know how to do it. These are the challenges I've got and the things I don't want to do. These are some of the things I'm concerned about, but I think this is the benefit. And I've heard this about VAs. So I just planted it all out there and was really open and transparent so they could help answer my questions, my concerns. If I wasn't open and transparent with them and said everything that was going on in my head and what I'd written down and structured, they would have been talking about some fake person somewhere and some make-believe scenarios. So by being real and open and upfront and honest, that really helped it. I would also say to them that, and what I did is start thinking about what you could do with that time or the benefit it would have on your life. Sometimes we think about all of the challenges and we can get really hung up in that stuff. Actually, if we step out of that bubble and think about how we can use that time better, could we have bigger impact somewhere? Could we do some volunteering work? Could we spend more time with children? Could we play golf? Could we go swimming? Could we do lots of other things, earn more money, get another job? Whatever it is, grow a business. Why are you thinking about it in the first place? What do you want to get out of it? What do you really want it to achieve? And I think if you can get some clarity on that, then it really helps direct you in where you want to go.
That was an awesome answer. So
thank you.
Do you mind to share your social media, your website, in case that anybody wants to reach out to you?
Okay, so the best ones probably to get me on, the cleanest and simplest ones are www.mind-span.co.uk/Danny-Bloomfield. And that's my direct coaching page, my mindset coaching. And my Instagram is @Danny_Bloomfield_. So my Instagram's @Danny_Bloomfield_. Yeah, it'd be great to connect with people on social media. Be great to answer any questions. If anyone's got any and you want to ask me directly, more than happy to try and help, because the benefit to me has been huge and I'd love to share that with other people.
Perfect. Thank you so much. This was a great interview. This was a great chat, and I hope that it helps many people out there, and great for you to be open and share all of this.
Great. Thanks for your time. It's really great being able to talk about it, actually, because it's helped remind me and just get more clarity on why it's been really good process for me and why I'm looking to now recruit 2 more VAs into my team. It's been great just to have a discussion around it and also just stop and think about the progress that I've made since September. We're now in February, so 6 months' time has gone, and we made great progress, and a lot of that's been to do with the VAs that I've brought on. So thanks for giving me this opportunity to talk. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you.